How best to describe the sport of curling? As Canadians, for many of us, it's our pastime and our passion. The curling club is a pillar in communities. Part rec center, part bar and restaurant, for some, part banquet hall and wedding venue. It's one of the few sports where women and male players truly share the same platform and are celebrated equally. But the level of accessibility and equity doesn't expand to other equity-seeking groups trying to engage in the sport.
I started curling at 40 years old. I wish I had known and been able to or been invited to play much sooner than that. But it was an invisible sport to me. I mean, everybody kind of talks about it as though it's niche, and it is niche, but it's also niche in a way that feels exclusive sometimes.
Curling already is a diverse game globally. We just have to make sure that remains the case in our own backyard.
I think as a curling community, we just need to do a better job with outreach direct to communities, seeing people who look like them already playing the sport, and it's like, hey, if she can do it, maybe I can do it too.
The greatest thing about curling is that sheet of ice is a true equalizer. People of all ages and physiques can contribute. Imagine how wonderful it would be if people of all races and ethnicities felt they could contribute, if their stories were the ones of pride and not pain.
When I was 14, I went to a bonspiel tournament. We did pregame practice, and I threw it through the house. And as I'm sliding up this sheet of ice to follow my rock, a coach on the next sheet over said, "That's why black people don't curl." And he didn't use the term black people. It's beyond completely discriminatory. We not only curl, but we belong here.
That change will come down to those currently in the sport. That is the inheritance that they can pass down. The history of BIPOC people is about reclaiming identity. Well, it's time for the curling community to reclaim theirs. We need to build coalitions, not competitors. Don't take my word for it. Listen to those entrenched in the game who know this all too well.
This is about awareness. This is about raising those conversations that probably are potentially a little bit difficult in certain situations within the curling club. The next step is, what do we do? What is the active steps we can help people to prepare for people to come into these predominantly white environments, to make them more welcoming.
As you can see, the issue isn't that diverse people don't exist in the sport, it's that they exist in the shadows. On these rinks, there are so many stories. We just need to diversify the ones we tell, so we can continue to seed the sport and it can grow.
My club back home, Broadview, Saskatchewan, they definitely welcomed me and opened their doors to Indigenous people. Said, yeah, you're part of the family. So I thought that was very, very awesome and nice, and definitely wanted me to keep playing curling for sure.
There are so many for whom this sport holds special significance, who have gained more from the sport than they could possibly repay. Well, let's democratize that benefit of curling, because the sport as a whole will reap the greatest return on that investment, and if you truly love something, you should want to see it grow.